The methods learned on this channel were learned from my dad, a career body man, talented bosses, and people I've worked with over the years before retiring in 2016. I've worked for 5 major collision shops in southeastern Salty, Michigan, and these rust and dent repair techniques were common to all and considered best practice because they held up to daily driving in all weather conditions. So before we put the trim back on, I thought I'd do a follow-up video on the past repairs so you'll have the confidence to stick with them. This truck is driven daily and always parked outside. In September of 2019, this passenger side cab corner was lap welded, the seams were tapped down and filled, primed and painted, and after 3 years, this is what it looks like. No cracked filler or returning rust. Also in September of 2019, this left side cab corner was glued on with JB Weld, tapped down, filled, primed and painted, and after 3 years, the results are similar. No cracked filler or returning rust. In October of 2019, this passenger side rocker was lap and butt welded into place. The seams were knocked down, filled, primed with lacquer primer, and painted. No shrinking filler, primer, or returning rust. In that same month, it also got a new passenger side fender. In November of 19, the left lower fender was repaired using only fiberglass reinforced filler, no welding or glue. On the 17th of that same month, 2019, a rust hole was lap welded with a MIG welder. The seams were knocked down, filled, primed, and painted. 6 months down the road, 1, 2, 3 years later, it's still fine. No signs of filler falling out, bubbling paint, or returning rust. On January 1st of 2020, the left rocker was butt welded into place. Seams were tapped down, filled, primed, and painted. Today, this is what it looks like. Nice and smooth and no issues. On January 4th, 2020, the right inner door frame was repaired with a MIG welder and lap welding, and this is what it looks like today. This passenger door got a partial door bottom in January of 2020. It was lap welded along this seam and butt welded on the ends, tapped down, filled, primed, and painted, and today it still looks the same. A dent was filled and a body line repaired in that same month, and here it is today, no shrinking lacquer primer, sand scratches, or shrinking Bondo. In December of 2020, a large dent was pulled and filled with similar results. Today it looks fine, no problems with filler, primer, or paint. In August of 2020, we repaired a dent right in here, and today you can't tell where that dent was. The same goes for the driver's side. In August of 2021, a long dent was repaired, it was painted, and there's no problems with the filler, the primer, or the paint. And here's a shot of the driver's side door bottom that was glued on in December of 2020. And here's a shot of the inside of that same door. In 2021, we repaired all the dents on the left side of the box, and this is what that looks like. And finally, the right side, which had a lot of dents that were pulled and filled or just filled. And there's no cracked filler, there's no shrinking primer, and the paint looks just fine. Whether you lap, butt, or glue patch panels, the key to success is following the rules used in body shops and factories for over 70 years, as can be seen in this text from the 50s and on this channel. Today, because of much thinner sheet metal, instead of line G, we'll lightly grind the welds and knock down any high spots, thus not thinning the metal by metal finishing. So let me throw on some trim, fix up the rims, and we'll see what the old Chevy looks like outside. I hope you enjoyed this follow-up video and all the other videos on this pickup truck, and thank you for watching.